Charlie Abrigo's here from the Gladys Porter Zoo with our Zoo Guest of the Week, and you bring them in all sizes, Charlie. This one is even smaller than those mice that we had.
Yes, I know we're getting the little tiny animals. But no, these are black spotted newts, and I don't know if it's kind of hard to see them, and unfortunately I can't really take them out, but they are an endangered species that can be found here in South Texas. And there's 3 in here, and they're all juvenile, so they can get a little bit bigger. Kind of one of the interesting things that they eat is earthworms.
Really?
Yeah, so they give them little earthworms to eat. And the zoo, with the San Antonio Zoo and the UTRGV, we're actually doing a conservation project with a few other organizations involved. But we're doing a conservation project right now that they're they're checking out to see what the population is, because they are currently listed as endangered, and we don't have a good record of how many are in actual in the wild.
Yeah. So
we're trying to get that. So see if we need to do up our conservation efforts, or if their levels are sustaining that that we really can kind of leave them be.
Yeah.
And because it's hard. Look how tiny they are.
I know. How much bigger do they get?
They just probably get a little bit bigger, kind of a little bit chunkier, and that's about it.
They remind me of a gecko almost.
I know they kind of remind you of that, and they're almost completely aquatic, even though they do have little legs and they can walk out.
Yeah.
The babies, when they lay eggs, they're so tiny, like it's just
like you wouldn't even know it was an egg.
You wouldn't even know it's an egg. And when they hatch, they kind of think of like a tadpole. Very similar to that, a little bit smaller, but that's how they hatch. So of course their whole life is around or in water.
Very cute. Okay, well, you're talking about conservation. You guys are actually having a Ocelot Conservation Day at the zoo this weekend.
Yes, it's this Saturday from 10 to 4, and it's free with your regular paid admission, or if you're a zoo member, you also get in for free. And it's going to be really interesting. They're bringing down this really amazing ocelot that is a little bit more used to humans. So
social.
He'll do a little bit of activities and some little enrichment projects in front of the people, and so it's really cool to see. And also in the morning, starting around 9 o'clock, they have the ocelot run, which
so
they told me to
cool.
let everybody know that we are completely booked and we're not taking any more runners or walkers.
Well, you can still go to the event at 10 o'clock.
But you still go to the event at 10 o'clock, and they have a little secret thing. If you tell them at the zoo gate, if you mention the word ocelot, you'll get 20% off your admission. So make sure you use that, and if everybody wants a deal, right?
Everyone wants a deal. You hear that, Joe? My director, he says he wants to go.
Yes.
All right, thanks so much, Charlie.
Thank you.